Some men count the days to freedom. Dawood counted the days until he would return. Prison breaks men. It crushes their spirits, eats away at their dreams, and robs them of the illusion of freedom. But not Dawood. Prison didn't break him, it made him whole. This was home. The first time I saw Dawood, he was lounging in the corner of the barrack, leaning against the cold cement wall like it was a throne. He had the look of a man with no worries, no regrets, just an eerie sense of contentment. I got to know his story over time. It wasn't dramatic, nor was it riddled with betrayals. Just a slow descent, one petty crime at a time. Dawood wasn't born into crime. He had a home, a family, a father who worked tirelessly to provide an honest living, but heroin didn't care. It sank its claws into him early, and from then on, every rupee he made, or stole, went into chasing the next high. His crimes were never grand. He wasn't a mastermind or a gangster, just a junkie stealing to survive. A mobile phone snatched from distracted hands, car wheel caps pried off in dark alleys, side mirrors yanked and sold to street vendors, even scraps from junkyards exchanged for a few rupees. Everything he stole served one purpose: to buy just enough heroin to last the day, and then the next, and the next. Every time he got caught, his father bailed him out, and every time he went right back to the streets, his veins screaming for poison. Until one day he stole more than he had bargained for. It was just another night of scavenging. Dawood was sifting through a junkyard looking for scrap metal when he spotted something unusual. The yardkeeper's office, empty and unlocked. His hands, accustomed to quick decisions, pushed the door open. Inside he found a dusty old radio, an easy 500 rupees at any pawn shop. But then his eyes landed on something better, a fancy leather bag. He grabbed both and bolted. A few streets away, under the dim glow of a street lamp, he finally checked his haul. The radio alone would get him 500 rupees, enough for a cheap hit. But when he unzipped the bag, his breath caught. Jewelry boxes, dozens of them, gold chains, rings, bracelets, more than he had ever touched in his entire life. For a brief moment, Dawood thought he had won. No more scraps, no more stolen side mirrors. This was enough to buy a mountain of heroin. But there was just one problem. He had no idea how to sell jewelry without raising suspicion. The next morning, Dawood did something rare. He cleaned himself up. He showered, put on his best clothes, and walked into a jewelry shop with a gold chain from the stolen stash. The plan was simple: sell it, get cash, and disappear into a haze of heroin. At the counter, he placed the chain in front of the clerk. Dawood said, "I need to sell this. My mother, she's in the hospital. I need money for her treatment." The shopkeeper looked him up and down, noting the nervous scratching of his arms, the restless energy of a man with something to hide. "Would you like some juice?" Dawood hesitated, but accepted. As he sat sipping, the jeweler stepped into the back room, supposedly to test the chain's weight and purity. Dawood sat there, watching the seconds tick by. 10 minutes passed, then out of nowhere a group of police officers walked in. Dawood didn't struggle, he didn't run, he only sighed, put down the empty juice glass and muttered, "Took you long enough." And just like that, he was back home in jail. The stolen jewelry was returned. His father didn't even come to see him. The man who had bailed him out over a dozen times, pleading, begging, fighting for him, was done. He had finally given up. Dawood was on his own. When Dawood got the news, he didn't react. No anger, no regret, just a smirk. But here's the thing. Dawood wasn't miserable in prison. If anything, he was relieved. "Acha hai," he said. "Agar bail nahi hogi, dimag kharab nahi hoga." It's better this way. No bail, no stress. Outside, life was hard. He had to steal, lie, and scramble for his next fix. But in prison, everything was provided. Food, shelter, water, utilities, and his drugs, he still got them. Only now, he didn't have to steal. He just had to do a few illicit favors in return. To him, life was perfect. No regret, no remorse, no longing for the outside world. This was home. I asked him once if he ever thought about getting clean. He chuckled, shaking his head, and said, "What's the point? What would I even do out there?" That night I watched him sitting against the barrack wall, legs stretched out, staring at nothing in particular. Outside, the world moved fast. People fought battles to survive. Fathers lost sleep over sons like him. But here, under the dim yellow prison lights, Dawood sat with a lazy grin, humming a tune to himself, perfectly content. For others, these bars were a cage. For him, they were a refuge, And the day he walks out of those gates, it's only a matter of time before the world sends him right back in. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.